Hi guys, it's Tom once again from Comic Book Creature. I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks. Been a little bit busy with the holidays. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I wanted to check in with everybody and let you know that I have just passed 100 subscribers. I think the last time I checked I had 101. I really appreciate everybody who subscribes and watches the videos. And I'll be announcing some sort of contest at a later time. I have to think about it a little bit because I want to do something a little bit different. So I'll be making that video at some point soon. But I wanted to make a short video today to kind of show you a couple pickups that I got. These are from my 2018 wish list. I was able to get a couple, and I wanted to share those with you. I was able to get Shanna the She-Devil, #1, from all the way back in 1972. This is a grail book for me because it's the first appearance of Shanna. And it's a Jim Steranko cover, and inside it's also partially written by Steve Gerber, the legendary Steve Gerber. I had a mail subscription of Kazar when I was a kid. I fell in love with Shanna back then, and this is one beautiful book. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's just about flawless. Got a little bit of centering issues at the top, but it's in pretty good shape. So that's Shanna the She-Devil, #1. And you guys remember that I had told you that one of the items on my wish list I had to put on there because I had traded my Killing Joke so that my daughter could get her pop, her Funko Pop that she wanted. And I was prepared to, have to pay $85 or so to get my book back. But I was knocking around in an old used bookstore this past weekend, and I saw this sitting on the shelf, and then I saw the title, and then I said, oh, there's no way it's going to be in any kind of shape, and there's absolutely no way it's not going to be like a second, third, fourth, or fifth printing. So I went over there, I pulled it off, it was in great shape, and it had lime green writing on the cover. And so I was able to pick up the Killing Joke once again. Not quite in as good a shape as the one that I traded off, but just about. And here's the beauty of it. I don't normally tell you what I pay for books. I paid 76 cents. 76 cents. This, of course, is a 1988 Alan Moore story, and it is massively popular. It's been made into an animated film, which I have over there on the shelf. Moore had this concept that Batman and the Joker were basically the same character, and they were both went different paths because of one single really bad day. And they went down the different paths, but they both had some kind of traumatic event that touched them off. This was a really powerful story. I really enjoyed it. The art's beautiful in it. The ending's really ambiguous. Some people seem to think that Batman kills Joker in it. And some people seem to think that the Joker is just simply arrested. And some people think that there's just some sort of mutual respect understood. I've always seen it that the Joker was arrested because you see the police lights in the rain puddles that are on the ground. It's just a fantastic page. And this book has been a part of my life for a very long time. It comes with a story. Way back in the early 90s, I answered an ad to be a comic book writer. And I talked to the guy, the CEO of the company showed up at the house, and so I interviewed with him, and he wanted me to write a story. And I said, well, that's fine. What do you want me to write? And he said, just pick something. Just pick an established character and write a story. Well, I chose to write a continuation of this story, what happens afterwards. I called it Backbone. Now, I know it could never be published because of copyright infringement, but he just wanted to see what I could do. Well, after I finished that story, in it, basically Gordon and Batman have decided that they are going to get rid of the Joker because he just can't be allowed to live, and he also has to pay for what he's done to Barbara Gordon. And so that was the premise that I was working with, and after I finished it, I gave it to him, and he was really pleased with it, and he wanted an original script. Well, I wrote an original script for issue 1 of which was what's supposed to be the flagship of this independent comic book company. The name of the character was Splendor. Well, I gave the script to him, and the artist read over it, and the artist was thrilled with it. He was talking to me about how he was going to draw it, and he's very excited about it, and everybody seemed really pleased. Well, I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And the artist finally contacted me, and he said, hey, the CEO has basically skipped town. We think he left the state. He took all the startup money for the company, and my script, and his art. Now, I've never seen Splendor published anywhere, but I always keep my eye out for it. Because if it is, I'm going to be wondering if it's my story. Thank you very much for tuning in today. It's great to have been able to pick up these books. And that's how I almost became a comic book writer. Be nice to everyone. Be kind to each other. See you next time.